agitate them. You don't like the bend? Yesterday, I figured I'd toss something up on YouTube. I threw a couple on Instagram, but I modded the Crayon. On the top here, it's got a couple little toggle switches. So this guy on the left adds a lot of fatness. Here, I'll just turn it on and off and show you real quick. So here it'd be more like stock. Watch the beef. Beef. So it adds all that bass loss that you get when you use like a BB preamp or a tube screamer or a lot of those other type pedals. So this keeps, if anything, it gives you more range on your bass control. So much beefier, especially when you got higher gain stuff going on like this. Not metal, but it definitely got a lot more chunk to it. And then the other thing I did, it's already not stock clipping. I switched it to where it's got two different sets of clipping in there on a switch, so that's the little bit more open and compressed than the stock. And then this one's even brighter and more open, so adds a little bit more highs, less compression type sound to it. And then here's the other clipping setting I did. This one will be a little more compressed, but still a lot better than stock. You can max the gain, whereas on the stock pedal, when you max the gain, it gets really flubby and splatty. So that's a little bit compressed, but not flabby, and then here it is less compressed. much less compressed. So more usable, not necessarily clean boostable, a little bit dirty clean. Much better grit, so like here it is without it. Sexier than Tube Screamer. I like it with the crispiness. When you crank it, it really screams. Put on the Fender Quack setting. So really great for blues. Here's much fatter setting. Straight to the neck. And you'll notice I got the volume way down. It's got just massive amounts of output. I didn't want to slam my first preamp tube because then it'd be cheating, because then you'll get the sexy sound of my amp breaking up. So I'm trying to just show what the pedal sounds like on clean. It's just got massive output, which is rad. If you've got like a Marshall or something like a Vox AC30, you just slam that first preamp tube and it's just sweet sounding. Especially if you blend this down, put the gain down a little low. It's really nice having the split tone control. It's actually an active EQ with bass and treble. It's post gain. The first gain stage on this thing's clipped. It's a little bit lower gain pot than an actual BB preamp, which is kind of what the circuit is ripping off. It's closer to, like, I'd say the AC booster, another exotic pedal, but the circuit it still very closely matches the BB preamp. So I left the gain pot at the 500K instead of switching it to 1 meg. I thought this really shined as an overdrive, because even when you max this, it still sounds pretty distorted. And changing the clipping made that overdrive just sound really good. So anything above that, it would have got back to splatty, and I feel like that would defeat what this pedal was really good at. Rocks on bass too. There's clips of that on my Instagram. If you go to @BuiltByRyan or just Google Ryan Lewin, my name, like on my YouTube, it should pop up and poke around. But another pedal I picked up, I was planning on modding it, the stereo Pulsar. One of my buddies has this pedal, so I was familiar with it, and I just hated that it had a red LED, so I switched that, and I figured if I'm putting a purple knob, I might as well put, or a purple light, I might as well put purple knobs on it. So it's a pretty cool little tremolo. So put some dirt into it. And once I got my hands on it, I poked around a little bit. They really did a good job on this circuit. I don't have 2 amps hooked up to show you, but it does the panning of 2 amps really, really well. They used to have that other purple Dunlop pedal or that did the panning. That's another cool tremolo out there, but this one's smaller and it does it awesome. The only other pedal I can think of that does that's much more expensive, that does it well, is that 4MS panner pedal. But this does a pretty good job. I think they took some of the features like off a Tremulous Loon, like you got the waveform shape here from triangle to square wave, and then you can adjust the ramping here with the shape. So it's got 2 diodes in opposing directions that affect the kind of the pulse of the wave. So on the panning setting with that, it's really sick. But just for the nice dreariness of it, just like this kind of sound, it does it really well. And you can get slow. And it handles boosts into it really well. warbly sounds. Not quite faxing the kit and ring modulator, but you can see there it's got some added bonus features there. And when you put this down to a minimum, it actually works as kind of a nice little boost. Super slow. You can almost hear the hiccup because when you change the shape of the wave. Soften it a little bit. But it kind of works as a boost when you put it down to a minimum for a second there. So if you needed it in a quick pulse in like that, or, I don't know why I'm saying boost. I mean swell. Saying boost, totally the wrong word. So you see there, like you can get it down so low it almost does a swell. Probably more dramatic with distortion on it, but here, check it out. I'll try it again. So you probably have to time it a little better, but I think if I was standing up, it'd be a little bit easier. But you can get it to do a little bit of a swell. So if you watched it come down, you count it a second, and then strike the chord, and then brought her in. You could use it for a poor man swell. In case you didn't have a volume pedal handy, but I really like it on the triangle. Just reminds me of like REM with the distortion in it. Get real punchy. So another cool little pedal. I'll probably toss this one in my reverb shop. I was gonna put mods on it, but honestly, I think it's pretty good as is. I mean, it's got more than your Boss TR2. I feel as far as being able to control the pulsiness of it, and then having the pan ability. I think recording they'd be more practical unless you got 2 amps. You're rocking live on a stage. It is pretty awesome to do the panning back and forth where it's all on each side. It's like kind of like univibing, but a little bit different, especially because you can change that shape of the waves. So you can get it to pulse back and forth, and it's really cool. So, anyways, I just wanted to show these couple little harmonix pedals I picked up that I fiddled with here real quick, just for the intent of playing with them for a day and letting them rip. So this one's already in my reverb shop. I think I put it on there for 80 bucks or something like that. It's pretty cheap, shipped. Picked it up cheap, put some mods on it, figured make it better than it was. Sounds great on bass. Definitely if you're looking for a fat, nice sounding bluesy overdrive, or just something that you can rock chords with, like sounds really nice. So nice sound. I got a little more boutique status on it. Turn that clone into something a little bit better. So anyways, rock on.